think all the managers will be the same. Everybody's had an incredibly long season, and I'm sure all the managers today will be feeling the same. Looking forward to getting a bit of rest and recovery, and a bit of holiday time.
Is that rest and recovery from us? More than anything?
Well, you're part of it, but it's obviously the season's been going on. Most of the managers have been back from probably 1st of July last year. I know we've had a break with the World Cup, but it's been a long old season for everybody.
This week you've had a rarity of a week off for the first time since the end of March.
Yep.
Without a midweek game.
Yeah.
How have you found that? It felt very different.
Not been sure what to do this week actually because of it, but look, I found plenty of things to keep myself occupied with regarding football. So, but you're right. We've had a midweek game every week since March. 9 games in April, and we've been every Saturday midweek in May as well. So it's been relentless, and just have a couple of days downtime's been fabulous.
15 games, I think it is, since the start of April.
Yeah.
A nice week off going into this last game. What's the motivation for you and the team going into this one against Leicester? Knowing that you're safe in the Premier League, you can still get 3 points, go further up the table.
Mm-hmm.
What's the motivation? Is it a difficult one with the final?
I don't really see it that way. I take every game one at a time. That's all we can ever do. We see a chance to get another league place higher up, and we're all well aware of the value of that as well in the Premier League. But I think that if you give me this position a few weeks ago, I'd have snapped your hand off, because it's being in a position where we don't go into the last day with any real problems, and more importantly, we go into it as well knowing that we've got a cup final in a week or so's time.
Does it make it tricky that Leicester are in a position where they're fighting for their Premier League survival going into this one?
I think it does, because I think that we're all aware. I'm glad it's not us in this situation, I've got to say, but we have to go and do our job, and our job's to try and get another win. We have to see if we can finish a bit higher up the league. If we could, it would be important for us. And again, as I'm sort of repeating myself, but we're preparing ourselves for a final. We need to be getting everybody in the right condition for that.
Is that the balance you've got now going into this game, that you want to keep the squad fit and fresh going into the final in a week and a half's time, but then you also want to keep the momentum going that you've had over the last few weeks?
Yeah, all those things you've said are correct. We want to do all those things. We want to everybody fresh, but we want them all able and prepared, and we don't want the gap in time to be too long between the games. So all those things are coming into our thinking. But look, we want to keep playing as well as we have. We've improved greatly in the last month or so. We had a really good victory last weekend. We'd won in Alkmaar as well. So we want to try and keep that run going if we can.
And on Leicester, does it surprise you that they're in the position they're in this season?
Well, I think this season's been full of surprises. I think whether it's just been one of these seasons where with the World Cup coming in and there's been a lot of changes, but I think that the teams at the bottom of the league, a lot of the sides probably weren't expecting to be there. But we've seen some sides perform brilliantly well this season, got themselves higher up the league, which has made the bottom half of the league incredibly competitive.
Now, I've read this week that the club is going to put on travel and accommodation for the players' families for the final in Prague. I just wanted to know, is that the case, and does that just show the kind of value and the family value that this club has?
Well, I would expect it. I think if you get to a final, you would expect your clubs to do that. But look, yes, we're looking forward to all the families being there, and the club have looked after as well.
I'm going to ask about Declan Rice. I'm not going to ask about his future. You'd be pleased to know, I think. He's added goals to his tally this year. Was that a target that you'd set him before the season started, to add that to his game?
Well, I think it's something that people have questioned. Can he score goals? And he can score goals, and in his own way, he's gone about it. Yes, we wanted him to add more goals, but he plays a crucial part. We've got other midfield players who've scored goals, and we've in Declan's probably the one who's the least likely of the group we've got, who mainly does more defensive duties. But he's got great abilities to score goals, and I'm glad that he's been showing that recently.
You've coached some special players in your time. Where does he rank for you?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to. I would never rank the players I've coached because they're all different and lots of them have got different talents. But look, I've had a privilege being the manager of them, and sometimes you have to be very lucky to have these types of players at the football club wherever you go. And through my career, I've been really lucky to have had some of these special talents, and Declan's certainly in amongst that group.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Sure.
David,
Hi there.
In terms of team news, you didn't have Naya available for the game against Leeds. Will he be available for Sunday?
Yeah, will be. Knives available. He's trained today, so we expect him to be back. He missed out with a dead leg he'd picked up in the game on the Thursday against Alkmaar.
Any other injuries to report?
No, we had a couple. Emerson had a knocked his knee, so I just need to check how Emerson is. He's been out today, but we'll need to see how he is. Apart from that, I think Gianluca Scamacca's still recovering from his knee operation, so that would be about all we've got at the moment.
In terms of Scamacca, are you expecting him to be fit for the new season?
Yes, Sam. Yeah, I don't think he's too far away now, but not quite close enough. He had his operation about 4 weeks ago, so he's still got a few weeks rehab to do. But hopefully he'll be back ready at the start of pre-season.
And just one final one for me, looking into Leicester. I mean, they've got such an array of attacking talent in that team. What kind of a test are you expecting for the defence on Sunday, given the need for them to win the game?
Well, I think that I'm glad it's a game we're going to. That it's not us who's needing to win it. That's for sure, because it was always a hard looking game. Look, they've had a great team over recent seasons. They really have, Leicester, and I think it's a bit of a surprise to everybody that they're in the position they're in. But look, we know about they've got some top players, and we're going to have to defend well and deal with it well. So hopefully we can.